Keith Rucker at VintageMachinery.org. So I know it's Friday, and usually on Fridays I try to post more of a shop content type of video, but this week you guys are going to get stuck with an odds and ends, and I apologize for that. But truth of the matter is, I have not spent a single day in the shop doing anything productive work-wise in about 2 weeks, and it's just been because it's just right in the middle of my crazy time of year. I've been doing a lot of traveling lately with my job, short trips, but very frequent. Spent quite a few nights in hotels over the past few weeks, and then this past Saturday we had a family function going on. I wasn't able to go out to the shop, which, you know, I always look forward to the family stuff as well. But anyway, we're going to do odds and ends this week, and I've got a good content. I think you guys will enjoy what we got. So we're going to get to a shop update. I know you guys have been asking and wanting to know about the shop. We have made some progress, and we'll get to that in just a minute. And also got some viewer mail that has come in, some viewer gifts that have come in over the last week or two, and I want to take a few minutes and go through these as well, and to give credit where credit's due and acknowledge these people that are been nice enough to send some stuff along to use here, either at my shop or out at the museum, and very much appreciated as always. So we'll get in here and do the viewer mail first. I'm going to take you guys outside and we'll go take a look at the shop. All right, so first up here, the mailman has been busy the last couple of weeks delivering across the border, coming from Canada down to the United States. And this first one comes from William Otwell. I think that's Ottewell, maybe Oatwell, I'm not sure. I think it's Otwell. But William sent me some boring tools. They're literally for boring holes, so they're drill bit and wood boring related, and a couple other things too. So William lives in Calgary, Canada, or as I think they call it up there, Calgary. I had the pleasant opportunity of going through Calgary a couple years ago. Actually went to a meeting up in Lake Louise, which is up in the Canadian Rockies. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful part of the world up there, William. Thoroughly enjoyed that trip. And anyway, we'll get you zoomed in here and show you what all William sent. All right, so again, William sent along some boring tools for boring holes. First one here, a nice in the box Irwin adjustable drill bit for a brace and bit. This is a number 22. Looks like it's in good shape. It has like a little bit of surface rust, but nothing terrible on it at all. Very usable, and looks like it has seen very little use. So it's got an extra, not really an extra bit in here, but it's got one for doing different ranges. So you would take this, put this one in for smaller holes and this one here for bigger holes. So this is kind of a one size fits all or one size fits most, and to go with it, another one. This is an Irwin number 1, so this one's a little bit smaller one, but same type thing going on here. And both of these are in the box, which is really cool. That one has a really cool label on it there. So start out with that, and to go along with the adjustable bits for the brace and bit, he sent along a nice Stanley, let's see, this is a number, what is it, number 975 10-inch brace. And I was noticing the little logo on here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but that's what they call the Sweetheart logo for Stanley Tools. It has a little heart in there, which was named after, I think, a Stanley executive whose name was Hart, but they put that on their logo. And for you guys that don't know about Stanley Tools, they used that logo, I think, in the 1930s, and in many people's opinion, during that time frame was kind of the peak of the quality coming out of the Stanley factory. It was just some really, really nice tools being made during that time period. I think late 20s, early 30s was when they used that logo, and that's what this brace and bit era is from. And I have quite a few Stanley woodworking tools in my collection, and I always look for that logo because it just means quality. But this is a ratcheting type. You can flip the little lever in here, and it will ratchet, and I'm not going to make it do it right now. Anyway, just trust me. So if you're in a corner or something, you can ratchet this. So pretty cool. I have some brace and bits, but this one is actually in very good condition, and believe it or not, I actually enjoy using a brace and bit. Not so much for drilling a lot of holes, although I do sometimes grab one. Sometimes it's just the right tool. I mean, you don't have the, it's just a pleasure to use as well. But these come in real handy too. This is the original cordless screwdriver, guys. You can put a screwdriver bit in this thing, and it is great for driving screws instead of using a power drill. This thing right here will put a screw in no time at all, and you just have a lot more control over it because you can feel the torque in the slip, where sometimes an electric drill you can't. But anyway, I'm rambling on. Let's show the rest of the stuff that William sent along. So more boring tools here. 7-piece Forstner drill bit set. So these are for drilling holes in wood. They're called Forstner bits. These are very handy for drilling very nice, clean, precision holes in woodworking. The nice thing about these is you can kind of drill you can have two holes that kind of overlap, and they work really good. So got that set, and also sent along a larger set of Forstner bits. So this is basically, looks like it has the same range here, was that 1/4 inch up to 1 inch right here, but this goes up to 2 1/8 inch, and these you actually screw into an arbor. Yeah, so you put that in there, whatever. There's a little short arbor here, so if you're going to get down in the hole, it gives you some flexibility, which is neat. I've got some larger Forstner bits, but I don't have one with this arbor set up, which is kind of cool, and I can see where it would come in handy. So anyway, very nice, and there's more. So going along with the brace and bit, he sent me a nice long roll here with different wood auger bits for the brace and bit, different sizes. These all appear to be in pretty good shape. Some of these are double lead, some of these are single lead. This is probably a newer one here. That's an Irwin bit. Some of these are double leads where you actually have, it augers out on both. Some of these are kind of old, and they're actually pretty nice. Don't see a name on that one. Yeah, I'm not seeing a name jumping out on these. I'll have to clean them up a little bit. Maybe we can figure out what they are. Roll that back up. And finally, he sent me some, this is a Reed Manufacturing, Erie, Pennsylvania set of dies. Was that 3/4 R, 3/8 R, I guess that's right, 1/2 inch R, 1/4 inch R, and I guess that's 1 inch R. So pretty cool, and he gave me a die stock to go along with this. Only has one of the handles, doesn't have both, but that should be easy enough to make up. I thought this was kind of cool, and don't know that I've ever seen this, but if you look, let me zoom in on these dies a little closer so y'all can see that. So these dies have a kind of unusual pattern on them, and I can't tell if that's in the steel or whether those are grind marks, but they're on both sides. But anyway, I don't know. Some of you guys may know more about it. I believe they're grind marks, but anyway, I just thought that was interesting. I've never seen that pattern before. But anyway, nice set of tools here. So William, quite a collection of tools here. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. I think everything here we can put to use in some form or fashion. Very much appreciated, and appreciate you making the effort to ship this across from Canada. It's a pretty good sized box he shipped down, and anyway, pretty cool stuff. So thanks a lot, William. So up next, have another nice gift that came to me from a gentleman. His email, he went by Bubba. I'm not exactly sure what his real name is, and I apologize. I tried to find it, and I couldn't. But anyway, this also comes from Canada, and this is a very nice set of. Get the box open. Here we go. Very nice set of adjustable reamers, and so this one is kind of cool. And so it came to me from Canada, but it's actually a German set of adjustable reamers made by Hunger, Hunger. And they are all appear to be in excellent shape. I'm not even sure if these have been used. If they have been used extremely lightly. I don't see any metal chips or shavings or anything like that in here. These appear to be very high quality, very impressive looking. They sent along a little bit of paperwork with them here. So they're adjustable expanding head reamers type D. And it has all the sizes in here in both inches as well as in millimeters. I think it's interesting that even though this comes from Germany and their metric, which is a metric country, these adjustable reamers, the increments are really in inches. Because if you look at some of these millimeters are on half millimeters to match up with the 32nds of an inch and 64ths of an inch increments in here. So anyway, I thought that was kind of interesting. But if you look up here in the top, the label, so actually all in German, and it has again it listed. I can at least make out the size it is here, the A, B, C, D, and of course it has again the millimeters, and then the fractional inches. So it says Zoll, Z-O-L-L, right there for the inches. Don't speak any German. Sorry, I have a German name. My descendants are from Germany, but and I work for a German company, but I don't speak any German. So anyway, very, very cool. Again, something very, very nice, extremely nice gift. And this is definitely something I can use. I have several adjustable reamers, a few that I purchased. I have some odds and ends sizes that people have given me and what have you. But this is a nice complete set in the case. I can easily go put my hands on it, and basically goes up to 1 inch and 49/64. So a nice, good size, good range from 23/64. This will be a small one up to the big one here. This is excellent. And I'll say it again. I've said this before. When it comes to adjustable reamers, these have their place. They have their use. Yes, if you are making precision holes to a specified size, a dedicated reamer of that size is always going to be your first choice. But doing restoration work and repair work, which is what I do a lot of, very often, and I might just need to true a hole up and not be able to get it on the mill or on the lathe. Say it's an example that I use is something that's on our steam locomotive, and you need to ream it out on where it's at. You really can't pick it up and take it somewhere else. And you can use these, you ream it out to get it back round and true, and then you get a measurement on that, and then you go make something to fit it. And I do that quite frequently. These come in very handy for me in those types of applications. So they have their place, and for what I do, I use them a lot. But again, they're not a substitute for doing precision reaming work. But if you just need to make a hole a little bit bigger, or you just need to, true up a hole that's maybe a little bit messed up on the inside or what have you, these things are just a ticket. So anyway, thank you again very much. These will definitely get used, and I'm really excited to have such a nice quality set of tools. And just about anything that's made in Germany, or at least was made in Germany a long time ago, is quality, and this appears to definitely fit that bill. So the last couple of items have come from the Great White North up in Canada, and now we're going to come back down to the south where my next couple of items are coming from. And up next, you know, I have to chuckle. What is this? Another dividing head plate for my Kearney Trekker. I don't know why I always get that mixed up when I try to say it. Kearney Trekker dividing head. And as you guys saw back around Christmas, I made a set of these in conjunction with Mike Wiggins. We made a set to go on my dividing head, and about the time I got through with everything, one of my viewers sends me 4 plates. Or was it 5? Anyway, he sent me a bunch of plates. I still had 2 that were that I was needing to, you know, or maybe not needing, but that were not original. And lo and behold, here's another one that I needed. So this one is a 37 to 49 holes in it. This is actually the plate that I used in my last dividing head, or the size plate that I used in my last dividing head job. It's not the plate. We used one of the ones that we made. But anyway, this comes from Mike Ray. Mike lives over in Alabama, and he sent me a note, told me he had this. It was a spare to him. I think he has a K&T dividing head, and he had an extra plate or 2, and this was one that he had extra that I could use. So he sent it over to me. Was that 39 set of holes, which incidentally is the same set of holes that I was using in that last dividing head job. It's fairly worn. It's still usable, but you can tell that this was set up for a production job. And that's probably the only set of holes on this plate that ever got used, which is pretty common. You'll see these, they get set up for a production job, and they make thousands and thousands of parts in that one hole pattern, and it gets kind of worn. But again, it's not worn. It's just around the very surface. You can tell where it has been used a bunch. So anyway, Mike, appreciate it. I also want to put a plug out for Mike. Mike has a YouTube channel, Practical Metal is the name of his YouTube channel. He's got a few videos up, and he's starting to do some more YouTube videos, metalworking type stuff. I saw some welding type stuff up on his site, and I think he's going to have some machine shop stuff up on there as well. But if you're interested, I would definitely encourage you to go check out Mike's channel, Practical Metal, and give him a look. And if you like, give him a subscription. I'm sure he'd greatly appreciate it. I have already subscribed. So anyway, thanks a lot, Mike. I do greatly appreciate it. All right, last item for today. This one again comes from the south, and from the great state of Georgia, right here where I'm from. And this one comes from Larry Jacobs. And Larry is from Kennesaw, Georgia, which is up in the northern part of the state on the north side of Atlanta. A little trip from where I'm at down here in South Georgia, probably about a 3-hour, maybe even 3.5-hour drive to get up to Kennesaw. But Larry actually had sent me an email a while back, said he thought he was going to be driving down when on the way to Florida, him and his wife, and wanted to stop and see me. And then they kind of changed their plans and decided to go a different route because his wife wanted to go do something else, I think. They still went to Florida, but just made a different route. But he was going to hand deliver these, but he ended up just putting them in the mail to me. So let me zoom you in here and show you what Larry sent along. So what Larry sent along was some carbide inserts. These were some, I don't remember exactly how he came across these or whatever, but these were some sizes that he really didn't have a need for. And he sent me some pictures, and I said, you know what, I think I can use all of those. So he dropped them in the mail to me. So these are some DCMT cutters. These are the 432s, which I've got a couple of insert or holders that take this. Also have the 430s, 2s or 31s or what have you, the ones that are a little bit larger. But I use this size all the time. This is probably one of my favorite carbide shapes anyway. So I'm not sure what grade this is or what these are rated for cutting. Well, it's got a long 11 T3 12 UR. So anyway, I'm not sure what grade that is, but I'm sure that those can be used. These are actually for threading inserts. is for a lay flat type holder, and this is a bigger one, but I've actually I'm got a holder that would take these as well. In fact, this is going to be for a pretty coarse thread. This is going to be like, you know, maybe I don't know, like a 1-inch, you know, thread or something. It's a pretty course, but I use those a lot, or I run into those a lot. So, you know, these will definitely come in handy. You know, this larger size, I think I bought a holder just to do some Acme threading, and I don't think I've got any for doing just regular 60-degree threading like this. So these will definitely come in handy for some of the stuff. And then these are TNG4s, just some diamond shape, no hole, and I'm pretty sure I got some holders that take that size. In fact, I'm looking behind me while I'm talking, which is probably rude, my mother would say. I don't see one right here. I was thinking I had one back right there that this would fit, but I'm pretty sure I got something that will fit as well. And we'll put them to use one way or the other. So Larry, again, thanks a lot for these. These are all inserts that we can put to use, and you'll probably see me using these from time to time in some of my videos coming up. So again, thanks a lot. So once again, lots of cool stuff. You never know what I'm going to find sitting at my doorstep when I come home, and it still blows me away that people send me gifts in the mail for tools and whatever that we can use in the shop. And just thank you guys. That you know, I just don't know what to say, but you know, I've gotten some absolutely wonderful, fabulous gifts over the last couple of years since we started doing these videos. And you know, it's not why I do this, but you know, I think everybody gets excited when they get a package in the mail, you know, and there's a surprise in it. And I'm very blessed to get to have that experience frequently from you guys out there. So thank you very much. Very much appreciated to everybody that sent stuff in for this week, and for all you guys who've done it in the past. Thank you so much. So with that, let's go outside, and we'll give you an update on what's going on in the shop, give you a quick tour, and you know, we're getting close. Man, it just keeps dragging out, the never-ending shop project, but man, we're really, really close now. So maybe the next shop update, we'll have at least the outside part of the part that the contractor's doing done. So let's go take a look. So shop update. Well, we're making progress. Boy, is it going slow. We do have a roof on though, so that's good news. We've actually had a roof on now for probably a little over a week, and we are getting really, really close to getting this thing knocked out. They got it all put on. It's all dry. We've had a couple of rainstorms and really hadn't got any rain in here, but we still haven't got the siding up on the top, still don't have the windows in the top, and still have the roll-up doors to put in. And that's pretty much what my contractor has left to do. I am hopeful, although I've been hopeful many times and been let down, but I'm hopeful that by the time you guys see this, we'll actually have this stuff done. I'm shooting this a little bit early in the week. So anyway, hopefully real soon, they'll have it where we can pretty much have the outside done, and then I can focus on finishing out the inside. But it's coming along, guys, it's coming along. So let me get you in here, and I'll give you a couple of little close-ups and talk about a few things. So it's really starting to look like a shop on the inside now that we got a roof on it. And I don't know, to me, I've been looking at this for so long now without having a roof in here. When they got a roof on it, suddenly it started looking a little bit smaller. I guess just more constrained, but there's still a lot of room in here, don't get me wrong. But anyway, it's starting to look more like it's going to be finished out. So I'm real excited. Things are moving along. I have started doing some electrical work on the inside. In fact, let me pull you in here and I'll show you that. So here's the main breaker box coming in. We'll have underground utilities coming up, just a single phase 220, 200 amp service coming into the building. Of course, none of that's hooked up yet, but we've got it wired to the meter socket anyway. And hopefully the power company can get out here and get that turned on whenever we get our inspection and everything done on the inside. I am doing the electrical work myself. I did work for an electrical contractor when I was in high school. Done a good bit of wiring work over the years. I'm not a certified electrician, but for doing work for myself, at least in Georgia, it's legal for me to do this. I have to have it inspected before it can be turned on. So the building inspector, who is also knows the electrical code or whatever, will come in and sign off on everything that I've done. And it all has to be looked at actually multiple times before they turn it on. So, but I'm confident. Like I said, I've done this before. I've been getting some questions from you guys. Am I going to do any wiring on video? And the answer to that is no, I'm not. And the main reason is I'm not a licensed electrician, and I'm just a little bit uncomfortable giving instruction in electrical work. While I'm comfortable doing it myself, I would rather not be in a situation where I'm giving maybe bad advice to someone, and electrical codes do differ from one area to another. So there's plenty of electrical YouTube videos out there that are done by more qualified people than myself, so I would defer you to that if you want to do that. But for now, we're just going to get everything wired in here. I've got my boxes in the wall. We've got our circuits pulled here, coming to a lot of them. I'm still working on these in the evenings. We'll come out here and do a few at a time. But I'm going to have a good bit of power, just single phase 110 power around the shop. I've got receptacles about every 10 feet going around the shop, and each one of these will have 2 receptacles in it. So it'll be 4 plugs in each place every 10 foot around, and I'm only putting 2 drops, or total of 8 plugs, I guess, or 4 receptacals, 2 each, on each 20 amp circuit. So again, knowing I'm going to be running some machinery, I don't want to spread them too thin and get too much going on a circuit and start worrying about popping breakers or anything. So I am only putting 4 receptacles on each circuit. So hopefully that'll help me out. But anyway, electrical's coming along. Still, I've got the north side of the shop, all the power plugs at least pulled down. I've got probably half of them on the south side of the building done, and then I got to come in here and do the lighting, and I'm probably going to rent me a scissor lift, particularly in the center section here. It's just so tall, I don't want to be up on a ladder trying to do all that. So anyway, just doing on that on nights and weekends, spare time. If I got an hour to spare, I'll come out here and pull wire for a little while. So we'll get it knocked out. So that's where we're at on the shop. I'm hoping next time I shoot a video for you guys that we'll basically have the building completely done on the outside. And then comes the long journey to finishing out the inside. And again, just answering some questions that have come in. Step 1, get the electrical done, get the final building inspections done, and just kind of be ready where I can start doing some stuff out here. Next step that will hopefully happen pretty quickly is I want to get insulation, at least in the ceiling, so we don't have any sweating going on out here. And I suspect I'm going to do that pretty quickly. And then after that, we'll start working on getting insulation on the outside walls and getting some coverings up on the ceilings and the walls. And quite honestly, the inside work, it's going to be a work in progress. It's not going to be turnkey. I'm going to be basically paying for this as I go and doing the work as I go, and probably doing most of the work myself. So hopefully we'll get the shop set up where we can be using it while we're also working on the shop. And I imagine it might take me, a year or 2 before I really have the shop totally finished on the inside. Maybe even longer than that. We'll just have to see, one day at a time. So I've got to get some machinery. I've kind of hinted to you guys that I've made a couple purchases of some machine shop equipment to come in here, and I'm going to be picking up some of that coming up real soon and getting it put in here. So a little bit of urgency to get things finished, and my contractor has assured me that we'll be done before I start putting anything in here, but I suspect that we may be in each other's way a little bit. because it's just not quite there yet. So, but anyway, hopefully have some updates on that for you coming up real soon, show you what we got coming in, and show you some new machines for the home shop. Anyway, so once again, guys, that'll be a wrap. Thank you so much for hanging in there and seeing what all we got. Again, the shop, and we're getting close. Let's keep our fingers crossed that my contractors get out here and get this thing done. This coming weekend, probably the weekend most of you guys will be watching this video. We'll be making a little trip to go pick some stuff up to go into the new shop. So you guys know what I got coming, and I'm gonna let the rest of you have to hang it out or wait it out, but hopefully we'll get to show you some new toys next week. So stay tuned, and we'll see you then.